Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today, we're discussing a 2020 update of the 2017 generation of the Omega Seamaster Aqua Terra. So what was new for 2020? Well, obviously, a metallic green dial. And that's what we have right here in this Aqua Terra 41. So the watch is 41 millimeters in diameter in stainless steel. It's 13.5 millimeters thick, and it has pivoted end links to the bracelet. So the lug-to-lug dimension of 47.2 millimeters is the total distance across the wrist, and it has a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. On my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, it fits beautifully. Normally, I wouldn't recommend a 41 for a sub 14 centimeter circumference wrist, but I do believe that if your wrist is as small as 13.5 centimeters circumference, you could still wear this watch quite well. I'm pulling it tight, and I've still got plenty of clearance on each side. It's also low enough, and this is unusual with Omegas, it's low enough that it would easily sit underneath the cuff. So this has always been the surf turf Seamaster, equally at home in formal attire in the ballroom as it is on the deck of your yacht. So this watch does it all, and we'll find out a bit more about that in a moment. Just rest assured, it wears well with a tight cuff and sleeve. We have a bracelet here that's a 3-link design, large polished intermediates conforming integrated end link. The outer faces are polished. The shoulder links are satinated. We have removable links fixed by screws, including an intermediate-sized link, and we have many removable links, including 2 intermediates, so you will find the proper size. We have a double folding deployant clasp. It closes sequentially one side before the other. There's no Omega logo, and we have twin triggers, so we have to press both of those to pop it open. It will not open due to inertia or violence. The case is familiar to Omega fans, lyre-style lugs. We know what that means. Outward and inward bevels, with the outward bevels polished and running the length of the case. We have a satin finished mid case. We have a little bit of a lip to the bezel, and then it gives way to a conical profile. And then we have a crown, really no crown guard for this generation of the Aqua Terra. It features both media blasting and polishing for contrast. It is a screw-down crown, and though this watch could be formal, it does have 150-meter water resistance. So like I said, surf turf, equally at home in either. We'll do a quick lume shot here, and the lume here is blue. You can also see that all 3 hands, hours, minutes, and seconds, are lumed. I always like to see that on a watch. If you have 3 hands, they should be lumed. Now, the date for 2017 moved from 3 down to 6, and that's where it resides now. We have an upscale dial with applique indices, applique Omega logo and marquee. We have a little feature that allows me to change the hour and even drive the date forward or backwards depending on which direction I'm traveling, but I haven't stopped the seconds hand and the minute hand is not displaced, so this is for travelers. Now, if I want to pull the crown out one more stop, now I engage hacking seconds. I can set it to a reference time. The seconds and minutes track outboard is stepped down from the center dial. The center dial features the 2nd generation of Omega's teak deck concept dial, so these lateral striations are designed to echo the teak deck of a yacht. On the reverse side, caliber 8900, it is the master chronometer version of the original 8500, so it is effectively amagnetic. That is, it is insensitive to magnetic fields above 15,000 Gauss or 1.5 Tesla. So this is on a different planet than a conventional anti-magnetic watch. It is almost amagnetic. Anti-magnetic escapement and silicon hairspring. It's shock resistant thanks to a full balance bridge, relatively thick and robust construction, and a ball bearing for the rotor system. It also has a free sprung balance for precise setting. It is adjusted in 6 positions and tested as a fully cased up movement. That is what it means to be a master chronometer. The watch is tested beyond COSC standards, but it's tested as a full watch as a watch, which means yes, chronometry, but also winding efficiency, power reserve, water resistance, shock resistance, and anti-magnetism. Unless you think this is just the fox guarding the henhouse and Omega with its own standard, it is an open standard, and Tudor has recently started certifying its watch as master chronometer. Now there's more in here. We have 2 mainspring barrels that give us a 60-hour power reserve, and because of the twin barrels, we have a more even and consistent consistent release of torque for the full power reserve, so you don't lose a huge amount of amplitude after 24 or 36 hours the way you do in a single barrel movement. All of this pivots on 39 joules, and it actually oscillates at 25,200 vibrations per hour, which is a beat rate specific to silicone hairsprings in Swatch Group watches, regardless of brand. Now, you can just barely see it, but there's another bridge under the balance bridge, and that bears the coaxial escapement, the tri-level coaxial, the latest one. It is very efficient, improves power reserve, improves chronometry, reduces maintenance requirements. It is a tangential contact, direct and indirect impulse escapement, as developed by the great British watchmaker George Daniels and industrialized by Omega. We have engine turning on the base plate, satination on the wheels. We have black polished and blackened screws, and then spiral arabesque Côte de Genève across the bridges and rotor. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.